changing the grille on my 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz, and a little bit of chrome debadging. Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive MT. Real quick, if you haven't before, smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So I'm taking a look to make a little bit of a change to the grille on my Santa Cruz. You know, I'm not a big chrome fan, and it has this big old chrome H, or funky looking H on here, against the pewter grille. And I don't mind this so much. It's more of a pewter color, and there's a decent amount of it on the front. I've seen some folks have blacked this out, plasti dipped it or whatever. I'm not looking to do that. That's a major undertaking. Removing the grille is not fun. So I'm looking to pull this piece off. Typically, these emblems are plasti welded onto the housing behind, if you will. So there should be, and it does move. I've been messing with it a little bit. It does move a little bit, so I know it'll come off. Question is access rather. I think this cowling right here across the front can be removed, and then at least I can see what I'm dealing with behind. Now, if I wanted to get real aggressive, I could break it off, just kind of stick something thin behind there, like a razor blade or something, and then double side tape it back on after I paint it, which is what I think I'm going to do. Haven't decided on the color yet. But I really don't want to do that unless I have a replacement. And I'll have to check. I think you can probably buy this front fascia part, the H chrome part, if you will, so that I could then paint that and put it in the way it's supposed to be. But that's what I'm thinking about. If you happen to know of anything like that, please let me know. I'd be curious. And I'm not talking about replacing it with one of those solid, you know, emblem kind of things. I've seen those. Not really what I'm looking to do. So as far as the debadging goes, let me flip the car around, or the truck. I haven't decided what to call this. We'll call it a truck. Let me flip it around and I'll show you what I'm going to remove today. Okay, got her all turned around. What I'm going to remove are these two badges right here. This H-Track and this 2.5 turbo, I guess. I don't care anything about showing off what's in the truck or what it came with or any of that. But what I'm more concerned with is, what does it look like? I don't like these, particularly the chrome. It's gotta go. And then this H-Track, who cares? Most people probably wouldn't even know what that means. So these are held on by double-sided tape. It's pretty simple. I use a hair dryer, heat it up. I would caution against using a heat gun. A lot of people will tell you to use a heat gun. They get very, very hot. Hot enough to damage your paint. And if you're not really good with a heat gun, that's probably what you're gonna do, is damage your paint. So I would stay away from those. Just use a common hair dryer. It gets them plenty hot enough. Or if the truck has been sitting out in direct sunlight beating on it all day, that gets it pretty hot too. You could probably just pull it off with your fingers. Now, what I use to cut through the adhesive, because I will have to cut through it, kind of a sawing motion, is just a thin piece of material. This is actually a sock, one of those real thin dress socks. I cut it in half, and I'm going to use this edge to kind of saw through the adhesive. I'll show you that. It's pretty simple to do, and it's not going to damage your finish. That's the key. Hopefully most of the adhesive will come off on the emblems themselves, the badges, but if not, then we'll have to use a little bit of Goo Gone to get the adhesive off, and then I'll wipe it off real quick with a soapy kind of solution I have, and then I'll re-wax or wax that area to protect it, and you'll never know these were here. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with heating it up. Okay, been heating it up for a little bit. You know, one thing that I noticed, it's crooked. If you look at this line that goes across here, they put it on like this. It's crooked. So, and one other thing I want to point out, I don't know about you guys, but when I wash it, if you can see these little filaments that get stuck in it, that's a bummer. So that will alleviate that and also get rid of this crooked looking piece. Okay, I've got it heated up enough, I think. And if you look here, look at this T. I mean, this is going to come off with me just pulling on it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's just give it a little pull. And it should it came off just like that, and I think all of the adhesive stuck on the back. So awesome. Let's go to the next one, the 5 or the 2.5. Should be about the same. It may break, I don't know, but if it does, that's okay. And I would suggest just do it gently and let the adhesive come to you like that. And it did break off the 2, but that's okay. We're not reusing it, so who cares? And now the 2, let me give it a little bit of a twist. These are screaming to come off, let me tell you. Now, this may be the easiest I've ever removed. Now, this H-track, it might be a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna use my little rag method here just to get the corner. See what happens. Easier said than done. A lot of people will use fishing line for this. Use whatever works best for you. And again, just kind of let it come to you so the adhesive hopefully sticks on the piece itself, which it's doing so far, I think. You don't want to cut the adhesive off and leave it on your vehicle if you don't have to. I would rather not. Here you go. Check that out. All of the adhesive actually came off. That's awesome. So now to clean it up, as I mentioned, there is a little bit of residue left. I'm gonna just wipe on a little bit of Goo Gone, let it sit on there for just a second, and then I'll clean it off with some soapy water, spray a little of my spray wax on. If you saw that video, I had a washing video up a couple days ago. But we'll do that just to protect the area because you know there's nothing protecting it now. So let me do that, we'll come back on and I'll give you a final look. Got it all done. I lied to you guys. There was no adhesive on the back, so I didn't even need to use the Goo Gone. It was just a little bit of, I guess, shadowing left. Not in the paint, but just dirt that was around it or under it. I don't know what it was, but it just wiped right off when I wiped it with a dry rag. So I went ahead and I did run some wax over it, some spray wax. If you're curious as to what I use, there they are. This, of course, is Goo Gone, and this is the wax that I use. Any spray-on will work. I will leave a link down below if you want to check those out. But here's what it looks like. No remnant of it whatsoever. You guys can see from different angles, maybe different lighting. Not sure how it'll show up in the video, but that's what it looks like without anything on the tailgate, except the Santa Cruz lettering, of course, which I'm okay with. I'm actually going to accentuate that with some black inserts, probably black, later on down the road. But that's it. That takes care of it. And if you're wondering, well, what did you do with the things you took off? Well, they're up here on the Wall of Fame. These are other badges I've taken off of other vehicles in the past. And fittingly, there is the one from the Santa Cruz. Anyway, that's it. That's my idea for changing the grille on the front of the Santa Cruz, as well as a little bit of debadging for the back. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you guys do these kind of things? I'd be curious. Again, if you did in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.